10 fingers. Yet even the fastest car in the world couldn't outrun a helicopter on a serpentine track. Speaking again in Farsi, Muhammad ordered Adnan to pull off under some trees and wait, to see if the chopper kept going. Continuing in Farsi, he said, "Car accident, Adnan? Medical evacuation helicopter, perhaps?" Adnan shrugged. He didn't speak Farsi very well, and oftentimes nuances in that language escaped him. One didn't need to be a linguist, however, to sense the urgency in his colleague's voice. He drove under a cluster of trees, and all three men got out and crouched down by the vehicle. Khan pointed his machine gun at the sky, and Adnan slid his pistol out as well. Muhammad just gripped his cell phone and looked nervously overhead. For a moment, it appeared that the chopper had left, but then a searchlight beam cut through the tree canopies directly over them. The next word Muhammad spoke was in English. "Shit!" He nodded at Adnan, instructing him to go for a better look. The Iraqi ran in a crouch until he reached the edge of the tree line and cautiously gazed up. The chopper was hovering 60 feet overhead. Adnan returned to his companions, reporting what he'd seen. "They may be looking for a place to land," he added. "Do we have an RPG in the truck?" Muhammad asked, his voice slightly trembling. He was used to being the brains behind these sorts of operations, rather than one of the foot soldiers who actually did the killing and often died in the process. Adnan shook his head. "We didn't think we'd have need of a rocket-propelled grenade tonight." "Shit," Muhammad said again. "Listen," he hissed. "I think they're landing." The tree canopies were starting to shake from the chopper's rotor wash. Adnan nodded at his companions. "It is only a 2-person helicopter. There are 3 of us," he added firmly. He stared at his leader. "Take out your gun, Muhammad, and be ready to use it. We will not go quietly. We will take some Americans with us." "You fool!" Muhammad snapped. "Do you think they haven't already called for others? They will simply keep us pinned down until help arrives." "Our cover papers are in order," Adnan countered. "The best money can buy." The Iranian looked at him as though he were insane. "We are armed Arabs in the middle of pig farmers in Virginia. They will fingerprint me and know in seconds who I really am. We are trapped," he added in another hiss. "How could this be? How?" Adnan pointed at the man's hand. "Perhaps that cell phone you're always on. They can track these things. I've warned you before about that." "Allah's will be done," Gul Khan said, as he put his gun's firing selector on full auto, apparently in accordance with God's wishes. Muhammad stared at him incredulously. "If we are stopped now, our plans will not succeed. Do you think God wants that? Do you?" He paused and took a deep, steadying breath. "Here is what I want you two to do. What you must do." He pointed a shaky finger at the vibrating tree canopies and said in a firm voice, "I want you to hold them off while I make a run for it. There is another road a half-mile through these trees to the west. I can call Marwan to come and pick me up in the other truck at that location. But you must hold them off. You must do this." Adnan stared sullenly at his leader. By his expression, if there were a literal translation for chicken shit in his native tongue, Adnan would have certainly used it. "Go now, draw them off. It is your sacrifice for the cause," Muhammad cried as he started backing away. "If we are to die while you escape, then give me your gun," Adnan said bitterly. "You will have no need of it." The Iranian pulled out his pistol and tossed it to Adnan. The burly Khan turned toward the chopper and smiled. "How about this plan, Adnan?" he said over his shoulder. "Firing into their tailprop before they can land worked very well against the Americans in my country. Their spines snap like twigs when they hit the ground." The bullet hit him in the back of the neck. ironically snapping Khan's own spine.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.